What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. This is episode number 43, and we start today's episode off with the game against Fulham here. This is the penultimate game of the season away at Craven Cottage, and of course this is on Monday night, and we just lost to Manchester United in the FA Cup final on the weekend. So 2 days later we're at Craven Cottage, and none of the players really wanted to play. Of course, as you can see by the fitness, we had to rest like pretty much the entire side. It really does suck, man. Having such a small squad is a real shame, because when we have games in such close proximity, the players are just absolutely shattered, and there's such a strong chance of getting players injured. It doesn't really matter too much now, because of course we are ending the season off, and we are safe as well. We can't get relegated. We've known that for a few games now, and we've done our task this year, which is stay up. Would have been nice to win the FA Cup final, but sadly that went against Manchester United, so the players weren't really motivated. I wasn't really motivated either, to be honest, and it's no real surprise we did concede just 7 minutes in as well. Amora Bieta, or how you pronounce that, I'm so sorry if I got that wrong, but the centre-back with a very hard name to pronounce for me, puts the ball into the back of the net after Padermo made a save there to make it Fulham 1, Millwall 0. So just 7 minutes in, we were behind in this game, but the 41st minute, Mark Beevers wins the ball. Kim Ojo then chips the ball over the top towards the run of Ryan Gould here, and he ends up chipping the ball over the goalkeeper in to the back of the net. So a goal for the Scottish midfielder, who's actually got a couple of goals this year. He got one against Chelsea, he got one against Stoke. Both of those goals he scored when coming off the bench. He got a start here against Fulham. Doesn't start too many games. He's got low stamina and he's only 65 overall, but that was a wonderful chip over David Stockdale. I think it might have been in goal, and it was a wonderful finish as well, or maybe Stekelenburg, I'm not really sure, but it was a good save, or Stecklenburg, how you pronounce it. It was a good finish by Gould. I thought the goalkeeper was going to save it, but he didn't, and Ryan Gould made it 1-0 to us here as he starts dancing. I think I'm going to send him out on loan next year, or try and send him out on loan at least, see if that will fix the potential glitch. I'm not sure, but there you go, brings off his third goal of the season, and not much didn't happen until the second half, where in the 66th minute Steve Sidwell's onto the ball. He found Kasami's shot hit the post, and we just about managed to clear the ball away. So living dangerously here, Fulham searching for that second goal, but as Ruiz plays it back to Sidwell here, Fulham are looking for that opening. Sidwell finds Williams down the centre, back to Sidwell. Sidwell's looking for a shooting opportunity, eventually cuts it inside to Kieran Richardson, and it's a great save by Padermo as we manage to get the ball away once again. And as you can see here, the chance comes to nothing, but in the 71st minute, Fabricio plays the ball to Josh Wright. He finds Ryan Gould, the goal scorer. Gould then ends up playing the ball out wide to Kim Ojo. Nice first time ball out wide to Eden Nilsson. Down the right side, he's got acres of space. I saw Akpom was in the centre, gave it to him with the cross, and what a fantastic volley, but I didn't realise at first. It actually took a huge deflection off the Fulham defender there. Not sure what defender it was. Akpom claims the goal. It's his first goal in a Millwall shirt. Of course, he's on loan from Arsenal. Barely gets any starts, but he does get a goal there. His first goal of the season, and it was a good cross by Eden Nilsson, but as you'll see by the replay, I think it probably should have gone down as an own goal, to be honest, because the ball was probably going wide of the post when Akpom struck on the volley. Maybe it would have drifted into the far corner, but I'm not entirely sure. Akpom claims anyway. We'll give it to him. It's his first of the season, and that makes it Fulham 1, Millwall 2. So despite fielding a very weakened side due to fitness reasons, we were in front here at Craven Cottage, and Akpom, on loan from Arsenal, does indeed get his first goal of the season. Debatably so, I should say. It probably would have been taken off him in the dubious goals panel, but yeah, Fulham 1, Millwall 2 with just under 18 minutes to go. But an injury time here as we were closing out the win. Steve Sewell's onto the ball, finds Hugo Rodiega. Rodiega goes down the right side, finds Kasami. Great stop by Padermo, but sadly it falls to Williams, and he puts the ball through Eden Nilsson's legs and into the empty net. And what a shame as well in injury time. I thought we closed out a win here at the Cottage, but sadly we could not hold on. And to be honest, the win would have been an amazing bounce back, after losing 2 days ago to United in the FA Cup final. To go with a very weak squad to Craven Cottage and win would have been an incredible result, really, even if it was, statistically meaningless, mathematically meaningless, I should say. But sadly, we couldn't hold on, and Williams made it Fulham 2, Millwall 2. So I mean, the game in itself was a quite interesting game, to be honest. It was very balanced. Both teams, I don't think either side deserved to lose, but I think both sides did enough to win it, really. But it was a very good game to play, to be honest. Really interesting, especially with our weakened side. But I was hoping for the 3 points, and I guess we would leave disappointed. But coming into the game with our weakened side, a point, I would have been satisfied with that. So it doesn't really matter anyway. We can't go up. We can't go above where we are at the moment. We can't go below where we are. We're stuck in 13th place, I think it is. So it doesn't really matter at the end end of the day, but it would have been nice to win. But the final game of the season was against Stoke City here. This would have been actually one of the games of the season had things panned out differently, because Stoke are right down the bottom of the table. They're safe. The three teams that have got relegated have already gone down: West Ham, Cardiff and Wigan, but Stoke are in 17th. And you know, to think, I would have thought we would have been about 17th place come the end of the season. So this could have been, the loser gets relegated kind of thing. This could have been a really cool game, but even so, it was actually a meaningless game for both sides. However, Paul Robinson would wear the captain's armband in this game. It would be his last game for Millwall. The long-serving club captain is going to be retiring at the end of the season, so I thought I'd play him in the game, and I thought I would make him captain as well. Of course, Liam Trotter's still injured. He's been our first team skipper, but of course with him injured, and I thought since our last game we'll make Robinson captain, and hopefully we can keep a clean sheet for him on his last game in professional football. But Stoker had the first real chance of the game in the 44th minute. Michael Kitely's onto the ball here, crosses the ball in towards Edu, and how about that for a finish there? That was a fantastic header by the American. That was a wonderful header. It was going backwards, and he managed to put enough power in it to beat Ireland and make it Millwall 0, Stoke 1. But in the 51st minute here, Stoke give the ball away. Michael Ngoo wins it here, gives it to Kelvin. Kelvin chips the ball over the top towards Carrasco. He's only got Ryan Shot to beat, and he does beat him with the reverse step over, gets onto his left foot and keeps his composure, puts the ball past the Ukrainian goalkeeper and makes it Millwall 1, Stoke 1. And I just ran up to the halfway line with Carrasco to celebrate with Paul Robinson on his final game for Millwall. It just felt right, and Carrasco celebrates with Robinson there, and that makes it Millwall 1, Stoke 1. So looking to avoid final day embarrassment with a loss here at home at the Den. So I was glad that Carrasco did get the goal. It was a wonderful piece of skill, a lovely finish, and a nice celebration as well. So I was actually really hoping for a penalty in this game as well, so I could give it to Robinson, but there you go. I guess the result was a bit more important. So Carrasco gets the goal, and it's 1-1 here. And in the 57th minute, Michael Ngoo's onto the ball. He finds Seb Larsson. Larsson plays the ball over the top. Kelvin's onto it, and how about this for a finish by our Brazilian winger? Since he came in from Porto for £2 million, he's been, okay, not amazing. I was thinking he'd be a little bit better than he has been. He hasn't been bad, it's just he hasn't done too much, and that was just an absolutely wonderful goal there by Kelvin. The ball was played over the top by Seb Larsson, I think it was, and the first touch was fantastic, and the second was the shot, and it was a right foot, on his weaker right foot, half volley, which just cannoned into the top corner. That's a wonderful strike by Kelvin. Well, maybe not the top corner, but a wonderful strike anyway. It looks really nice in next gen as well. And Kelvin then made it 2-1, so we came back from 1-0 down to be leading this game by 2-1, and Kelvin got his second goal in the Barclays Premier League, I do believe, and his fourth goal overall in the Millwall shirt. But regardless of such, it was a lovely goal, and just a show of what Kelvin is capable of when he's on form. So that makes it Millwall 2, Stoke 1. And in the 78th minute, Carrasco's onto the ball again. First time Ronaldo tried to get around Ryan Shot and gets himself into the area. He's got enough balance to keep on going, and he puts the ball past the goalkeeper. Really good finish by Carrasco, and that makes it 3-1 to us with 12 minutes to go. No chance once again for the goalkeeper. All three goals he could have done nothing about, and that's how the game finished. So we do win on the final game of the season. We win by 3-1. So we end the season off with a real high. I mean, to lose that game would have been really disappointing for us, even if it would mean nothing mathematically. But to win it was great, and to do it in the fashion we did as well was fantastic, scoring 3 goals against Stoke there. So I was glad to get the win, and I was also glad that we'd have a winning end to Paul Robinson's career, as he is about to retire at the end of the season. And straight after the game, we find out that Liam Trotter is returning from injury, so it was a shame he was out for the rest of the season, but at least it didn't really matter too much. And we also got £3.8 million for our finish in the league, which was 13th place. We played 38 games, of course. We won 10 of them, we lost 12, and we drew 16. We had the most draws in the division, and 46 points out of 38 games. That's not bad at all, is it? That's pretty good, damn good, to be honest. So yeah, I'm happy with that. I think our realistic best finish probably was about 13th, 14th, and that's where we finished. So I'm very happy, to be honest. I don't think we'll be making many waves next season. But if we can have another mid-table finish next year, I'll be happy. But Cardiff, West Ham, and Wigan were the sides that got relegated, so that's a bit of a shame because I didn't want West Ham to get relegated because I like to keep facing them in this career mode. But there you go. I also decided with the prize money I would hire a new scout for our global transfer network. Just means we can scout more countries for free contracts, and I also bought a youth scout scout as well, a 4-star experience and 4-star judgment scout, so quite expensive, but I thought I'd spend the money just because I'm not entirely sure whether the budget carries over to next season. I've read some comments from people saying that the budget doesn't carry over next season, so you kind of just lose that money, and it's best to hire some scouts and stuff. But I've also heard that it does carry over. So what I thought I'd do is, I was in the market for a youth scout anyway. I'd buy a couple of scouts and I'd leave us with about £1 million just in case. So that was the thinking behind that, and there you go. But here are the charts as well, the player stats for the end of the season. Nyland finished 6th in terms of clean sheets overall. That's not really bad for a goalkeeper who, I read a lot of your comments and say you guys don't seem to rate him, but he's not actually as bad as you guys think. But Carrasco was also our top scorer, no real surprise there. And here is the final squad report of the season as well. Again, this was a good chance for me to sort of look at the players and wonder which players I'm going to look to shift on come next season. There are quite a few of them. However, with our small kind of squad, with our thin kind of squad, I'm not really sure where the business is going to be done, to be honest. I think in reality we just need to sign quite a few players, because what I don't want to do is come into next season. Of course, we are in the Europa League next year as well. What I don't want to do is have a squad which isn't fit enough and big enough to be able to cope with the congested fixture list, which is going to be inevitable, really. So I don't really know where to look. I think I might look for a reserve winger, and possibly, well, I'm definitely going to look to sign a better striker next year. I've already got a couple of targets, which you'll see in the next episode. I'm going to look for a better striker, maybe a better goalkeeper, but it all depends on the budget, really. I'm perfectly happy keeping Nyland, to be honest, but I don't know. Maybe Jack Robinson on a permanent deal as well. If not, we'll try and get him on loan again. So yeah, there's areas that need improving, but to be honest, with the Europa League next year, I think the best thing we can do is try and get at least a few £1 million and just try and sign a load of players, even if they're on loan deals, just to make sure we've got enough to keep ourselves happy and fit enough for the inevitably really long season with many fixtures. But that does end the season, guys. So as always, I just want to say a big thank you for watching today's episode and all the episodes so far. It's been great. I'm really enjoying the series. I'm so glad you are as well. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, then please leave a like. It's much appreciated, and it really does help my channel out. And I'll see you for the next episode of Career Mode very soon, which will of course be the start of the 3rd season in this series. So thanks for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.